All right, we're now being joined by Will Fleury. If you have any questions, please use the raise hand button. We'll start with a couple from inside the room.
Will, it's been a long time coming, but Bellator Europe's finally back, and it's fight week. How are you feeling?
I'm just fucking delighted it's finally here, man. You know, there's been a lot of uncertainty over the last 6 months, and just to get this opportunity, it's great. Like, and it's great to have anything happening at the moment, given what's going on in the world. So delighted, just grateful to be here, man.
And it was a 6-week lockdown period. Just tell us how you kept yourself sort of mentally and physically fresh during that time.
So I thought I actually had a fight in July. Shortly after the whole lockdown in Ireland started, America was fine, and Bellator offered me a fight in America. So I signed up for that, and I trained away for that as best I could. I just I had some Olympic weights in my garden, and I just did a lot of Olympic lifting, did a lot of running, did a lot of shadow boxing, and tried to meet up with whoever I could who was able to grapple and who was willing to kind of meet me and train. But yeah, it was tough for a long time there. There was about 3 months in Ireland where things were fully closed down between March and June. So it was challenging, but look, did the best we could with the circumstances.
And just going back to Ireland and that Dublin card that you were on, you got the win that night, and shortly afterwards you called out Fabian Edwards, who's on this card. Is that still a fight that's very much in your sights? And are you seeing Saturday as a chance to show him what you can do?
Yeah, 100%. Look, Kent's a solid fighter. I got to get Kent out of my way first. But yeah, that's definitely a fight I want in the future.
All right, we'll take a question from Sean Sheehan.
Hi, Will. How are you? The first thing I want to ask you is, obviously for a lot of people, and you kind of alluded to it there in your last answer, it's been very much a lockdown, and they haven't been able to maybe train and fight and stuff. This will be your third fight in 2020. And your opponent, Kent, I was looking at his record today. He's only fought twice in MMA in the last 2 years, obviously with a lot of kickboxing and stuff as well. Do you feel like that'll be a benefit for you to have been this busy in 2020, almost like nobody else in the promotion has been?
I think so, but because there's such a gap between every fight anyway, man, it's how you come into this event, it's how you come into, how are you prepared for right now? Because even if you're prepared 3 months ago, it doesn't mean you're good now. So, I take confidence in the fact that my preparation's always on point, and I'll always give it everything I can. So, I'm delighted to be coming in the shape I'm in, but the fact that he hasn't fought as regularly recently, I don't know if it's that big a factor.
Mm-hmm. Speaking about those preparations, there maybe isn't a huge amount of big guys in SBG down through the years, but Carl Moore obviously come in the last few years, and Johnny Walker as well in this camp. How big a benefit has that been for you to have guys like that in your
It's been great to have Johnny over, and even have Carl down. Carl's my main training partner most of the year, and Carl's always there, and it's great to he's an incredible guy to have because he's such a good body and he's so solid. It's very hard to get at on him. It's very hard to take him down or anything. So delighted to have Carl and to have another high-level big lad too. But then when Johnny came over, it kind of I don't know, it just ups the game when you've got somebody who's, ranked in the UFC there and you're training toe-to-toe with them every day. It's a good buzz, and I've really been working with him so far.
What did you take from that fight you had a couple of months ago in the middle lockdown? Obviously, you lost that fight. Is it something you maybe regret taking it kind of on short notice, or is it a thing of you're kind of glad to just be in action?
No, I think it was a little bit naive maybe to go up so much weight. I was lighter coming into that fight than I am coming into this one, and this is an 84 kilo fight, and that's a 90 kilo fight. I was doing a lot of running over the lockdown, and I kind of think I was in very good cardiovascular shape. But I hadn't really been doing the same amount of strength training, and even just sharpness from doing rounds. I had very few rounds going into that fight. I'm glad I'm the type of person who takes those opportunities, but at the same time, I do feel like it was a little bit naive. At the end of his career, man, you have to build it. So that's going to hurt my career, and it hurt things more than it should have probably, but at the end of the day, I've worked damn hard to be a damn good martial artist, and I'm going to go and improve that on Saturday and get the opportunities to come with that.
Does that give you an even bigger incentive coming into Saturday night to think I need to kind of rescue this record?
It's a fucking very big fight for me now. And I don't think I would have been in such a back to the wall situation had I not taken that fight in Germany. But this is big.
Last thing for me, we had Fabian Edwards on just before you there, and they announced that you were coming on. I don't know if you're in the background or not, but they said Will Fleury's coming on next, and he said, "Fuck Will." Like, is that a thing you're looking at? You're looking at this main event, and he has animosity towards you. There's always been a bit of back and forth between the two of you. What you feel when you hear about that?
I didn't hear it, but yeah, great, lovely. He's talking shit about me, brilliant. Like badly. And it means a lot more to me, I think, than it does to him. So fuck it. If he's up for it, great.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Will. Appreciate it.
No bother. Cheers, Sean.
All right, Gareth A. Davies.
Hi, Will. Apologies for the background noise.
No worries.
How are you doing?
Good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, good, thanks. You look very well. I want to go back to that question of Sean's there about, there is animosity between you and other fighters, and you're all fighters. Is it different being in a lockdown hotel where you guys can't go out very much and you're seeing other people a bit more? Are you having to put things to one side till fight night?
Yeah, a little bit. Like I've seen Kent a lot throughout the week. We've been on the together a few times, and there's been some stares and whatever. But at the same time, it's not fight night yet. Just stay calm, relax, and even I bear no ill will towards anybody I'm going to fight, man. At the end of the day, you're just somebody who's trying to better your life too, but you're in my fucking way. So I'm going to get you out of my way, but it's nothing personal. And ultimately, like, if you're getting all aggro at this stage in the week, you're wasting energy for fight night, man.
Well, do you think if yourself and Fabian do win, that it should be a matchup on a headline event on one of the next European set of cards?
Yeah, bring that back to Dublin. That'd be huge.
Yeah. And you're convinced that you beat him, and you because he's being treated a little bit like the golden boy, isn't he, by Bellator and by the media. He's got all this and that and this athleticism, but you have this weird instinct that you're the guy that's going to kind of like chop the tree down.
Yeah, look, I know what I can do, and I just want to prove that. So it's on. Look, we're talking a lot about Kent's done. I would love that Fabian fight.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Will. Sorry about the background noise. See you in a bit.
No worries. Cheers. Okay.
Tudor Leonte.
Hello, sir. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Given your fighting style and your opponent's fighting style, a lot of us are expecting fireworks from your fight. Do you think that he will stand and bang with you?
Yeah, I think that's always his plan, man. He's a professional boxer in the past, and if you look at him, he's hurt a lot of the guys he's fought, he's dropped a lot of the guys he's fought. He has very heavy hands. And I have no doubt that his plan is to try and come in and clip me with the hands. It's been something that I've been caught with in the past, and I'm sure he sees that as his opportunity. So it's on me to stop that from happening, man. And I think he's going to want it there. I'm going to want a slightly different fight than that. So it's going to be an interesting battle. Like,
can you please give us your pick on how the fight is going to end?
Yeah, I think a late first round or early second round stoppage for me. Submission probably.
Thank you very much, sir. Best of luck.
Cheers. Thank you.
Gareth, have you come back into the queue?
Okay, Will, can you hear me again?
Yeah.
Will, I meant to ask you just now as well. Obviously, Gegard Mousasi against Douglas Lima has been announced for the middleweight title, the vacant middleweight title, with Lovato having retired. How do you see that fight going?
It's going to be an interesting one. I think Lima's a great athlete, but it's a big weight difference. So Mousasi's a great technical fighter, but at the end of the day, man, he's not that young anymore. And I kind of think maybe the real hunger and the want might be a little bit gone from him. So I think if the opportunity is there for Lima, and I'm not a big fan of this, getting 2 belts thing and clogging up 2 divisions. So in a way, I'd be happier if Mousasi won, and I like his style, I like the way he presents himself and all that, but I don't think it's going to do any favors for the division if Lima wins. So I would hope Mousasi will win, but it's an interesting contest, and I think there's a big opportunity for Lima to win that fight.
And finally, just following up on what was said just then, are you predicting a sub finish on Saturday night for yourself?
Yeah, I think Kent's going to look to come out heavy with the hands, and it's on me to be patient, take my opportunities and pick my moments, but I'm saying late first round, early second round submission.
Looking forward to it, and it'll get a big audience in the UK on Saturday night. Well done, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, William.
All right, Emmett Glenn.
How you doing? Well, just one question in regards to Johnny Walker being in the camp. How has that helped you evolve your game? Is there anything you've taken from him that you're bringing into this fight tonight or tomorrow night?
Yeah, there's definitely been a few little bits, man. He has some very weird, tricky elbows and knees that he throws, and he uses his length quite well. So he's an odd kind of an athlete where he doesn't seem as explosive as he is. He just uses weird little movements to set things up where he kind of disguises something and then boom, it's out of nowhere. Definitely in the striking game, I picked up a few little kind of tricks, if you want, from him. But yeah, just in general, having him there, he's a very enthusiastic guy. He's a passionate fella and he gets in, he trains hard, and the two of us have been working together a lot. So it's just been fun having him there generally.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Will.
Cheers, man.
All right, thank you very much, Will. Appreciate your time. We'll be joined next by Mike Shipman.